Chitra Subramaniam, they say we have personal vendetta, that we have demonstrated the courage to put out the most deeply hidden report on corruption in India, which is the Justice Dhingra Committee report. And Chitra Subramaniam, as you all know, is the person who pursued the Bofors scam to its logical conclusion. Chitra Subramaniam, the Congress party says, and I saw today a terrible sight. My reporters there, and I'll show the pictures, my reporters there were repeatedly asking questions to Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Instead of joining in the questioning on a matter of national importance, there was cackling and heckling going on by other journalists in the Congress party press conference. This is the most shameful sight, and I'm proud of my reporters Sakal and Aditya for putting up with all the cacklers and hecklers who, pseudo-journalists out there who were trying to heckle them from asking that question. Now, what I find extremely strange today is the Congress party feels encouraged in this situation to say, because only one channel is breaking the story about Robert Vadra and hence it's not a story. By this logic, CWG is not a story, 2G is not a story, maybe even Bofors is not a story. Chitra Subramaniam.
Neither was Watergate. Nothing is a story, because the first thing we have to remember that I find Mr. Singhvi's commentary, which I heard on your channel, I find it laughable. And saying we're chanting or malafide. There's nothing malafide, and let's not hide behind legalese. What does a whistleblower want? Why does somebody give a piece of information or a series of documents to a media house and not to everybody? First, he or she has faith that the media house will do a fair job and will not fiddle around with the information, okay? And B, will take it to its logical conclusion to the extent possible as journalists. I'm appalled to hear that while this was going on, other journalists were heckling Republic journalists, but I'm not entirely surprised, because there is a culture of pulling people down, but that should not prevent the documents from going ahead. Now, this Dhingra Commission report did not manifest itself from heaven. We have a complete, it's a A to Z piece of paper, and from what I have been following in the Republic, it's a very documented piece of information.
Absolutely it is.
So let the heckling go on. It will go on, because when you have nothing to say, you create noise, you generate information,
I take your point, but what is appalling here, and I want to go back to the panel right now. They say it's malafide that Republic exercised its right to divulge the full truth to the country the moment we got our hands on it. Shahid Siddiqui, they say we are not here to answer the questions. How can the Congress party get away with not answering the questions unless it is also because the BJP is not putting any pressure on them? The BJP is letting the Congress party get away with complete lack of accountability. Complete lack of accountability in the Robert Vadra case. That is also a point of question tonight. Shahid Siddiqui, Sundar Balakrishnan, after Shahid Siddiqui, let's go back to the debate tonight. Yes, yes, please.
Shahid Siddiqui, go on. Arnab, I was really surprised the way Haryana Chief Minister reacted to your correspondent when he was asked about the Dhingra Committee report. He passed the buck to the judiciary. He said it's sub judice. He didn't want to commit at all. That shows, and I have been an observer of Indian politics from inside and outside for last 40 years, and I have seen it again and again that when a party is in a position, it raises all kind of questions against the party in power, exposes its corruption, but once they come to power, they allow them to get away. So there is some kind of silent understanding between political parties in this country to accept each other's corruption, to allow this corruption to go on, raise it as a political issue, raise it to get votes, but when it comes to the brass tacks, don't take any action, because they expect that the other party, when it comes to power, will not take action against their son-in-law or the other son-in-law, and that has been the game I have seen for the last 40 years.